Good evening, everybody, and welcome to the greatest pecha kucha ever. I'm Mike Szymanski, and I will be your host, and I will be talking to you about the highlights from this class for me and how I intend to use some of the stuff we have learned from academic literacy in my own classroom in the future when I begin to teach. To start, I want to talk about Vygotsky. A quotation from the Flores et al. Reading says that cognition is a social process students need to learn from someone more proficient than themselves. Duh. Hence yours truly. But also, we all will be the supposed experts in our classrooms as well. In regards to this class, we need to talk about gi and discourse, which the man defines as a way of being in the world, to belong to a group or social network, as we know from the first reading. This is admittedly my most boring slide. I think that it is important to also think as school and schooling as a kind of discourse. Appleby calls this the Great Conversation, created by white elitist males who are probably heterosexual as well, and this group of bros set all the standards from mathematics to the literary canons in every kind of school that we know. In this way, Appleby says that schooling needs to be learned and that students need to acquire the literacy of the elitist white males, the general monoculture of our country. Some individuals have trouble with learning school methods from this monoculture, and as an English teacher, a popular topic is about teaching formal versus colloquial English. In the case of favoring slang speech as opposed to formal English, some people in the Dicker reading perceive using formal English as a violation of the self. This means by resisting formal English, some people believe they are preserving their own cultures. However, I believe that formal English needs to be learned and that vernacular English needs to be preserved as well. Formal English exists as a meeting ground where everyone can communicate, and the dialects on the peripheries are important to preserve who you are and your culture. To transition from language to literature in the classroom, in a reading I had for another class, this person prose argues that the classics should only be taught for the sake of language. Classics are classic for a reason, this person argues. And yes, that is my tuft of hair. However, on the other side of the argument, Christensen argues for her critical literacy. Critical literacy is there to challenge the monoculture. She wants her students to challenge social and historical frameworks and interrogate why things are the way they are in the system and the infrastructures they have. A mantra in this class and in the School of Education is that schooling isn't broken but outdated. Since the educated population in America has changed since the inception of schooling, way back when, it is our jobs as teachers now to adapt our curriculum to the ever-changing populace. My ideal view as a teacher has a balance of colloquial and formal English, seeking a time and a place for both, a balance of both classic and contemporary/multicultural literature, and to have the classroom be a meeting place of discourse to discuss differences and to challenge the worlds around them. Thanks for listening, and let's change the world from here.